Welcome to my channel Education Core, my dear students. In today's video, we are going to learn about the structure and function of the nucleus, which is one of the most important part of a cell. So, what is a nucleus? The nucleus is a small round structure found in most eukaryotic cells. Now, what are eukaryotic cells? Basically, there are two types of cells: prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. So what are these? Prokaryotic cells do not have a nucleus, okay? And eukaryotic cells have a nucleus, like plant cells, animal cells, and human cells. These are eukaryotic cells. So when we say the nucleus is found in most eukaryotic cells, what does it mean? We mean cells that have a well-defined internal structure like a nucleus. So these are eukaryotic cells. For example, animal cells, plant cells, and human cells. All of these have a nucleus that controls the cell's functions. Okay, the nucleus is considered the control center of the cell. It acts like the brain of the cell. This means that all the activities happening inside the cell are managed by the nucleus. A nucleus has all the information about what needs to be done and when. For example, just like our brain controls our body, the nucleus controls the cell because it controls everything that happens inside the cell. Okay, next we will discuss the structure of the nucleus. So the nucleus has four main parts. These are nuclear membrane, chromatin, nucleolus, and nucleoplasm. Let's discuss them one by one. So the first one is nuclear membrane. What is nuclear membrane? The nuclear membrane is a double layer structure that protects the nucleus and controls what enters and leaves. Okay. So what is a nuclear membrane? Let me show you a diagram. So this is the diagram of the nucleus. Watch carefully. There are two layers, one layer and two layers. These are called the nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane, and it is made up of two thin layers. That's why we say it is a double layer structure. Now there are small pores in it. You can see here is one pore, another one. These are all different pores, and these are called nuclear pores. Why? Because they allow the exchange of materials in and out of the nucleus. That's why these pores are present. Now look carefully. Inside the nucleus there is a thread-like structure. Can you see it? This entire thread-like structure is called DNA or chromatin. Now do you know about the DNA? So DNA is very important. Why? Let me tell you. Many of you watching this session have different eye colors. Some may have black eyes, some may have blue eyes, and some may have brown eyes too. So all of these features of your body, do you know who decides them? Our DNA. And where is this DNA found? Inside the nucleus. So the nucleus stores very important information which is vital for us. It's the DNA that decides everything. How you look, your eyes color, what your hair is like, everything decides the DNA. That's why DNA is very important, and this is the reason we call the nucleus the brain of the cell. Okay, now because it contains this thread like structure called DNA, you can note down the full form of DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. So I hope now you understand DNA. So when this thread like structure is randomly distributed, some here and some scattered around the nucleus, in that randomly spread form we call it chromatin. So when DNA is randomly spread, we call it chromatin. Now this is clear. Now you understand how important the nucleus is. Next we will discuss nucleoplasm. So what is nucleoplasm? A jelly-like fluid inside the nucleus where all the parts float. So it's kind of like a thick liquid or gel, and it fills up the whole inside of the nucleus. Everything inside the nucleus like chromatin, DNA and the nucleolus is floating in this nucleoplasm, and it helps keeps everything in place and also lets things move around easily inside the nucleus. Plus, it carries all the stuff needed for the nucleus to do its job, like enzymes and nutrients. So, in simple words, nucleoplasm is the fluid inside the nucleus that keeps everything safe and helps the nucleus work properly. So, this is the nucleoplasm. Now, if you look inside the nucleus, you will see some dark round spot. So this round spot is called nucleolus. The nucleolus has no membrane and it looks dark under a microscope because it is densely stained. So why is the nucleolus important? The nucleolus is important because it is the place where ribosomes are made. Now what are ribosomes? So that's why we call it ribosome factory of the cell. Now ribosomes are the smallest organelles in the cell and they are very important because they make protein. So after ribosomes are made in the nucleolus, they move out of the cell into the cytoplasm where they start making proteins for the cell. So the main function of the nucleolus is ribosome synthesis. So that's the end of today's lecture. Thank you for watching, my dear students. I hope this video helped you understand the topic more clearly. Keep exploring the amazing world of science and I'll see you in the next video.